I want to start off this video by saying that I think 2022 could be one of the best years of all time to start your own business. And today, I want to give you some business ideas that you could start directly related to the real estate business. A lot of people on my channel know me as being a real estate agent down here in Miami Beach. I've been one for 12 years, and over the years of working as an agent and also owning my own investment properties, I can give you a pretty good idea of the type of services and things that are in demand that are just hard to keep up with when you're a property owner or an agent or a landlord or somebody that is in the real estate space. And so most of these ideas I'm going to give you are going to be related to that. But after I give you the real estate ideas, I have a few other ones that are totally not related to real estate. So let's get into it. Now, the first one by far that I have to mention is handyman services. And the reason I'm bringing this one up first is because I feel like this is probably the most in-demand one and also one of the easiest ones to start. And pretty much all these business ideas I'm going to give you guys in this video are going to be mainly service-based. And the reason for that is two things. One, a service-based business can easily adapt to its customers' needs basically overnight. You can change the type of services you offer if you notice that people are needing one service more than another, and you don't have to carry any physical products. So that saves you a ton of time and effort, and it makes it easy to pivot in your business. So the other reason to start a service-based business is because the upfront cost is very minimal. Sometimes there is no upfront cost. So I think starting a service-based business is the way to go in 2022. So why is a handyman my number one pick? Well, it's mainly because of the complete unreliability of almost every handyman out there. And I'm not really sure what's to blame for this. I'm not sure if there's just a lack of handymen out there, or if the handyman that exists just take on way too many projects and then end up blowing people off. I'm not really sure. However, it is something that is desperately needed in the whole property management / real estate industry at large. And I don't think you can go wrong offering your handyman services. If you know how to paint and fix things around the house, you already have a leg up. You already have the knowledge, you know how to do it. All you got to do is start getting your first couple clients, which could be really easy to do with just some ads on Nextdoor or Facebook Marketplace, something like that. You get your name out there, a couple of referrals, boom, boom, boom. Probably within a couple of months, you'll be at full capacity and already be looking for a partner to help you out. Now, the next one is cleaning services. And I think this one's a really important role and probably one that's overlooked for a lot of reasons. But the main thing is that it's kind of a dirty job. Obviously, nobody really wants to clean up after someone else's mess. So it's not a very desirable job or business to have. But it is something that's always going to be needed, right? Because people are always going to need a place cleaned and they don't want to do it themselves. So they're willing to hire someone else to do it. And similarly to the handyman business, it's something that's kind of unreliable. It's hard to get a stable person to always be cleaning and actually show up on time and just get the job done the way that you want it done. And I think a lot of the people out there who are in the cleaning business right now, personally, they don't do a very good job. And so I think there's a lot of room for improvement when it comes to owning a cleaning business, because let's look at the competition. If you hire any type of cleaning service in your area right now, they come over, clean your house or whatever, I can almost guarantee you'll be able to find 5 or 10 things that they didn't do the way that you would have done it yourself. And there's your opportunity right there to get into the cleaning business and actually do things above and beyond what the competition is currently doing. And you can actually charge more for that because your service is going to be a premium offering over what's available currently. Now, this next one is pool cleaning services. And I think this is a good business to start, mainly because a lot of people also don't want to do this. Similarly to cleaning, you know, a lot of people that have money or have a pool in their home, they don't necessarily want to maintain it themselves or really learn how to do it. And it's really not that hard to do with like a little bit of studying on YouTube or learning from somebody else that can take care of pools. You can easily learn this in a couple of weeks and basically get out there and start doing it yourself. And this is something that you can charge a decent amount for and probably get a lot of clients pretty quickly. But one thing I'll say is I think this is going to be a better business to start in an area where it's warm all year. Like, for example, I'm down here in Florida. We got summer all year. People can use their pools all year. So I would advise starting this type of business in a more warmer climate type of place like Florida, Texas, Arizona, Southern California. places where people can use their pools all year long. Because if you start this type of business in an area where using the pool is seasonal, your business is also going to be seasonal, and you probably won't be able to make it full time doing this, and you'll probably have to end up doing something else on the off season time. So the location that you do this type of business is probably the most important thing. Now, just like taking care of the pool, taking care of the yard is also a huge chore, and it's very time consuming, and it's something a lot of people just don't want to do themselves. So starting a type of landscaping / gardening business is also another good one that I think you really can't go wrong with. People are always going to need this. And I would say a lot of the businesses out there fall into the same category as a lot of the handyman and cleaning people, just being totally unreliable. We had this lawn company that we used on one of our investment properties. We had no idea if they were even showing up every single week like they were supposed to. They never sent us any message or invoice or anything proving that they were actually there, pictures, nothing. And we also had complaints from our tenants saying that the grass was getting too long, the hedges were getting too long, yet we were paying these guys $150 a month to come and do our lawn. So this is another good business that you can get into, and as long as you're reliable, you're fair, and you do the job, I think you really can't go wrong being in the landscaping business. Now, these first four that we mentioned are businesses that you can get into with no type of professional licensing or anything like that, but these next couple are going to be some that you will need to get a professional license for, but maybe the earning potential could be a lot higher. So the next one is property manager. And you can kind of see the going theme here is services that people don't really want to do themselves. This is obviously going to be aimed at landlords or anybody who's running some type of short-term rental business who needs help managing the properties they have. Because let's face it, if you have more than a couple properties and you work a regular job, and as a landlord, you need help. Even I had a property manager on one of our previous investment properties, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I had no regrets hiring the property manager. So I think this is a really great business to get into because it's something that owners just don't want to do themselves, and frankly could be done much better by somebody who's doing this full time. The next one is a general contractor, and I love this as a business idea for 2022 because look at the housing boom we just had over the past 18 months. How many people just became homeowners? How many people are looking to build a house coming in the following year because there's not enough inventory? There's so much opportunity to be a general contractor in the coming years here. And I think this could be one of the best business ideas ever. If you already have some construction knowledge, you've worked in construction before, but you don't have a contractor's license, or say maybe you're a carpenter or somewhat in the industry already, then this could be a great business to get into coming in 2022 because I don't see the demand slowing down for any type of remodels or building new homes anytime soon. The next one is getting your real estate license and becoming a real estate agent. And one of the reasons I like this idea for 2022 is because real estate prices across America are higher than they've ever been. We have record high prices, and guess what that means? It also means record high commissions for you if you get into the business. But I will give you a fair warning, as somebody that's been in the business for a long time, you really need to have the right personality for this type of business. And what I mean by that is you need to be very sociable. The more of a social butterfly you are, the more you're going to thrive in real estate. So you need to make sure that everyone around you knows you're a real estate agent. You need to give them your card. You need to always be reminding them that you're in the business and you're there to take their business anytime they're ready. And that's how you're going to be able to get your clients as quickly as possible. And the other reason I like this business model is because it's very cheap to start. You just need to pay for the initial tests and the courses to go through the licensing process. And once you get your license, you're able to sell homes in the state that you get licensed in. And the process is usually pretty simple for a lot of states. Like in Florida, for example, people can get their real estate license here in about a week. If you really are smart enough and you can pass all the tests on time, it really doesn't take much more time than that. But that doesn't mean you have experience, and it doesn't mean you know how to sell houses yet. It just means you're legally allowed to. So that's something to keep in mind. There is a bit of a learning curve when it comes to selling real estate and learning the ropes. But if you're a fast learner and you're a social butterfly, get your real estate license. Now, these next couple of ideas are going to be completely unrelated to the real estate business, but still ideas that I think are going to be good for coming into 2022. And the next one is actually one that my grandfather does, and it is being a at-home or mobile mechanic. So at his house, in his own garage, he already has a bunch of tools. He used to work on trucks back in the day, so he already has the tools, and he fixes people's brakes. He changes their oil. He fixes an alternator. He fixes pretty much whatever needs to be fixed on people's cars right inside of his own house and his own garage. On rare occasions, he might even go to someone's house, which is another opportunity. You could be a mobile mechanic and go to people. And again, what are the common themes here? It's something that someone doesn't want to do themselves. It's something that if you already have the knowledge for, you could easily start doing basically overnight with just the first couple of clients. And I think in order to beat the competition here, you need to be able to offer this service at a lower price than they would get if they were going to go to a garage. Unless you're being on demand and driving to someone's house, then I think you might be able to charge more as a mobile mechanic. But if you're running this business out of your own garage at your house, then you really need to cut back on the competition by just charging less than what your local mechanic shop would charge. And if you can charge $100 less, $150 less on each job, then I think that could be an easy way to just take out the competition and get your neighbors to start coming and bringing their car to you. Now this next one is moving services. Now it depends on where you're going to be offering this service, whether or not you're going to need a license and to be insured and bonded. But what I'm saying here is it's something you can start solo just by offering help. You can put out an ad saying that, look, I'm available, these days to help anybody in the neighborhood who needs help moving, who needs help packing up their furniture and putting it into a moving truck, anything like that, because it's another thing that people really don't want to do. You literally need $0 to start this type of business. All you need to do is be physically fit and have some free time. And with so many people buying houses and moving nowadays, you're going to have clients. There's people that always are going to be moving no matter what. Even in good times, bad times, people move, either out of necessity or out of luxury, but they move, and it's something that is always going to be in demand. Now this one could be a good one if you live in like an area that has a lot of wealthy people, and you could offer personal assistant services. So you can offer for these people to do pretty much anything. Go shopping for their groceries, you can offer to run errands, you can offer to do some chores around the house. You can pretty much do whatever they need you to do as long as you're comfortable doing it. Some people might consider this maybe not being their own business because you're kind of like working for the other person, but I think the key here is to not get wrapped up with just one customer. You need to do this for several different people, so you're kind of like freelancing and you don't have to really worry about getting fired. If one person doesn't need your services anymore, it's not like losing a job. You just lost one client and you move on and you get an extra one. And one of the ways that you can actually start promoting a lot of these different types of businesses is the website next door. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this or heard of this, but I see all the time on there people looking for handymen, people looking for movers, people looking for personal assistants, people looking for help around the house, whatever. People need help. They need your services. And that's the whole point of this video, guys. Now I want to hear from you down in the comments which one of these ideas you like the most and which ones that you may actually be looking to do in 2022. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really helps YouTube promote this video to more people. Check out my next one right over here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.